the second I got in my car, I immediately remembered that I forgot to charge the car ride witch law thing. Immediately remembered that. So we are only at 15% and it already slipped to 14%. So it's going to be a close call. I don't know. I can't believe I forgot to do that. But I guess I kind of can believe it, but at the same time it's like, really, man? Like I really let myself down here. Really let myself down here. And for some reason the weather is actually like really awful today. My visibility is severely compromised. Did not realize that. We kind of have to have it louder than I usually try to keep the vents and stuff low on purpose. But I don't know what's going on today. This is not good. I mean, it's clearing up pretty well, but yeah, this is just lots of stalling. Lots of stalling. Now, anyways, I do have, a lot of, I guess, good information. Well, no, it's not good information, but it's things to talk about, right? It's definitely stuff to just talk about in general. I definitely have a lot of content to talk about and a lot of things to kind of analyze or try to figure out. I don't know. That's just the case. I don't know if you recall, but yesterday I had decided I was going to try to take advantage of this PayPal deal. This 20% cash back if you use their pay in 4 thing. You get 20% cash back. So that, in conjunction with a lot of the deals that were going on, is a super good thing. And I wanted to maximize that. So I was going to buy a bunch of stuff that I wanted that was on sale. Primarily, it was 2 keyboards that were on sale. And yeah, it was that was my intention. Now, when I go to check out, I just get declined. They just declined to have me do the pay in 4, which I was so shocked by because I genuinely didn't see that coming. It wasn't even like a variable in my mind as something that could go wrong in the situation. I was stressed out the whole time about the deal even going through, right? Because like it was, the way it saved, it was different. It wasn't in the offers section. It was really confusing. And that's what I was concerned about. There was not a doubt in my mind. That I wouldn't get approved for their pay in 4. My credit's great. I have no bad history or anything. I'm not a risk. I could completely pay for the pay in 4. I'm just not, simply due to the fact that there's the sale. If the 20% cash back was on their regular, I would have happily just said, oh, okay, I'll just do the regular and get the 20% cash back. I don't care about the pay in 4. That wasn't even the point. So how are you going to tell me I can't use it? There's no risk. I don't know. There's nothing going on. I'm not a risky customer. Like I have enough money. I'd have enough money to pay it in full. If you wanted me to pay it in full or do like a larger down payment or something, I'd do it. I can. Absolutely zero risk. So this is what's really frustrating. Somebody who is a rock solid candidate for it I just get rejected. And this is really sudden and sad. It's very frustrating when things like this happen, because I already envisioned all the stuff. I already envisioned having everything. I already saw it in my house. I saw it in my room. I knew what I was going to do with it, what it looked like, where it was in the room, where I was going to, I saw these things already. These things were already a thing in my head. They were already a thing in my, like, I already saw it. This was the plan, right? Like, I came up with this plan and I was going to do it. And who knows what happened? Who knows? Because PayPal, they're not transparent. Like, they're very vague about things. Like, they don't really outline how the system works, which is that there should be a punishment for that in the first place, because you got to be able to give people closure. I mean, you can't just do this to somebody and not give them closure. That's insanity. You just can't do that. How is that okay to be able to do that? How is there no guilt, significant guilt involved with that? How is there not a significant punishment? Notice, I'm not just saying punishment, I'm saying a significant punishment for going back on your word, for giving me this special deal that I then fantasize about and have a clear register of in my brain, and then just swipe it away from me. It doesn't make any sense. Of course, I think they gave me the deal because I was a low-risk customer. I don't think I would have even got it, because I asked anybody, like, if they got it in their PayPal. Nobody else got it. Nobody I know had it pop up in their PayPal. So I don't understand what's going on. It's like, it's insane. It's insanity. It's just insanity. And this is some really special deal they may never do again. I don't know. I don't think they've ever done it before. There's no guarantee next year they're going to have a 20% cash back. I mean, it's really a joke. It's really a joke. It's been a very frustrating situation. Before we continue with that, I do want to mention, because I forgot to chronicle this, I had a dream. I had a lot of dreams last night, but I had a dream with continuity again, which I think is pretty interesting. At this point, I actually forget what it was, which is kind of sad, but I don't know. There was a dream, and there was continuity with, like, a previous dream I had had. It was taking place in the same environment, if you will. So, yeah, I just wanted to report that. I guess I also had a dream about, like, parking in a different place at work and leaving at a different time, because that's something I've been thinking about recently. I'm probably gonna park in a different spot now on certain days. That's something I've thought about. And let's see what else. Yeah, I don't know really what else was in the dream. It was like when I went to go out to my car, somebody was in my car on break somehow, and he was kind of thrown off. Oh yeah, no, I kept having this guy I was, like, dealing with. Like, I bought something from this guy. I can't remember it well, and he was giving me a huge hassle about actually giving me what I bought. Like, we weren't able to, I guess it was some kind of, like, pickup thing. Like, maybe it was like Craigslist or eBay, where you're supposed to, like, pick up the item from the person. And I paid like $300 for something. I don't remember what it is, which is really annoying. But I paid $300 for something, and I kept saying what time I was available. He would say what time he was available. Oh my gosh. The phone's gonna die. My worst nightmare. Oh my gosh, guys, I think the phone's gonna die. The other phone. So this very important. Yeah, it's over. Wow. It just jumped down from 13% to 3%. So now the rest of this episode is going to be junk. Yeah, that really, it just tired of that kind of stuff happening. And I have a lightning cord in my car, but if I plug the lightning cord in, I can't have the mic in anymore. So I guess that's that. At least we're recording on this other phone, but man, it stinks. I know I should have remembered to charge it, but things have just been so crazy recently with you know. So I apologize for the terrible quality, because I know it's going to be terrible now. I can try to situate this mic a little bit better, hopefully. No, I pressed the wrong thing. All right. I can try to situate this mic a little bit better. Hopefully. Let me just, no, I keep pressing the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. It just always, like, skimps down because something's wrong with the arm, but honestly, this could sound okay. I'm not certain, you know, because of reasons, but I wish I could tighten up the arm. It's just kind of hard to know. Hopefully it'll just stay up. But yeah, it's at mouth level now. I think the backup mic should be okay. It's just, it's incredibly frustrating. I don't know that I have to deal with this kind of stuff. I wonder if my steering wheel is out as far as it can be. Like, are we able to pull it out? Ooh. We are able to pull it out. I did not know that. That's better. You know, I think at some point when I took my car to the mechanic or something, he must have unpulled it out. He must have, like, pushed it back in. Because this is great. This is much better now. It just hasn't been, like, out. It's been, like, more inward. So it doesn't even make sense for me. The only problem is, like, I can't really see the dashboard. But there's worse things in the world. Alright, this person's really... Yeah, I can't really see, like, how fast I'm going or things like that, but kind of annoying, but it's more comfortable physically, so I just keep it like this. Well, I had been keeping it like this, but I guess it was wrong this whole time, and then I wasn't thinking about it. How the wheel, I want it out more. So, yeah, it's way nicer now. Forgot about that with my car. I mean, it must have been, I don't even know how long it's been that the wheels been messed up. Anyways, yeah, we were buying something, and the guy, he just kept, like, not showing up or saying, oh yeah, like, his mom forgot to bring him cash, which that doesn't really make any sense because I had cash and, like, I was buying something, so why would he have needed cash? That doesn't really make any sense. Like, I don't really, you know, obviously some of the logic in dreams isn't super important, but there could be some kind of spiritual reason for it. I mean, I was just having difficulties purchasing something, so having a dream about having difficulties purchasing something makes a lot of sense, right? Like, it's not that crazy. I don't know. So, oh, you know what? I guess if I was actually set up properly, I could just plug the I don't think it's set up, but I could plug the mic into the 14 Plus as, like, a backup. It's probably what I should do in the future. Although this is literally the first time it's ever happened. It's mainly just a lot of work for me on the back end. That's what I don't really like about it. It's a lot of extra work for me on the back end. We're probably going to end up being so late to work. Not that it matters, but I'm driving like very slow. I'm catching myself. I'm trying to fix it, but I'm driving very slow, and yeah, I'm driving extra slow, and I actually got outside like a few minutes late. Because the weird thing is, like, I had a dream where my job, I had off on Wednesday, like as if Wednesday was Thanksgiving, and then I came in Thursday, and then Friday was already off. But then, like, today's Friday, so then, like, I wake up and I'm like, oh, like, that's not even the case. You know, it's like really, like, I don't know, those kind of dreams. I mean, it felt cool, it felt good, but then, like, it really throws you off when you wake up, because you're like, this is not reality. You know, this is not how things are right now. So that happened. That definitely happened. And so, yeah. I wanted to try to document those dreams, but I want to continue to rant about the PayPal 20% off thing. You know, it just would have been a super nice thing, a super nice way to actually enjoy the holiday season and buy some nice 2 new keyboards. 2 very interesting, high-quality keyboards, and I already had really seen it firmly in my mind. And so this is the thing. Most people don't operate like this. If everybody was like me, these kind of issues wouldn't happen. They'd be fixed by now. But the problem is most people, you know, they want stuff, but they don't really want stuff that much. Like, a lot of people, if the same thing happened to them, they might just roll over and buy it anyway. They might just buy the stuff anyway. They're like, oh, you know, what a bummer. It's like 20% off. Who cares? You know, that's like how a lot of people are going to work. No, I don't work like that. Something was probably, and, you know, I don't care if it deep in the terms and conditions, it's like, oh, well, there's no guarantee of anything. Blah, 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 blah. Like, no, I don't care about that. That's just a cop-out. You know, really what should happen is terms and conditions probably shouldn't even be allowed, because they're basically just a way for companies to skirt accountability if they actually had to be accountable for something, right? Which is like, I mean, it's pretty terrible, you know, if you think about it. It's a pretty awful state of affairs, because I really feel like that's what it's turned into. That's got to be just what the whole terms and conditions and the whole point of that really is and is turned into. It's just a bunch of nonsense. That's like, at the end of the day, it's just a bunch of nonsense. It's so companies, like, if they have a sale and you don't get it like this, I can't freak out and actually do something about it. They're able to just, oh, well, we never actually promised anything, so now we don't have to fix our system or make it better, because you as the customer can just be left in the dust, because in our terms and conditions, we actually said we're not really liable for anything. So now it's just up in the air, and we don't serve the consumer, and that, you know? So that's my rant about that. But the reason why is because people don't care. People don't care about things. When something happens, they don't really do anything about it. And so that's why you have the world that we have, a corrupt-ridden world, a world where it's kill or be killed, and people take advantage of whoever they want, and they get away with it 99% of the time, especially the rich. Now, granted, let's point something out. Let's be clear. If a poor person takes advantage of someone, yeah, they're going to be dealt the full extent of the law. If a rich person takes advantage of someone, well, there's going to be some leeway there. there's absolutely going to be some leeway there. There's going to be like, well, because white collar crime goes on openly. It goes on all the time, you know? Like we talk about it before, how the system is engineered to be grabbing money from the poor and shifting it upward. You know, these little things like credit card fees. Every time you use a credit card, that's just a tax that mostly impacts poor people. Even using like these crazy buy now pay later services that I'm talking about, I mean, to shed some light on there, they do cause the cost of things to go up because it's an extra like 6% that gets offloaded to the company, and then the company has to charge more to break a profit in the same way that they would have. So it's a lot of dark and evil stuff, and there's these middlemen companies like PayPal that are just able to make a ton of money sitting around doing nothing, just providing a service that it just shouldn't. I don't know. If it's a part of our infrastructure at this point, you shouldn't be making that much of a profit off of it. It's like, you know, being able to profit off of water. Like, what are we doing? That doesn't make any sense. That's like an essential thing for life, and when it was in nature, there was no way to profit off of it. It was there, you know, and now you have like commercialized bottled water that the profit margins are probably ridiculous on. It's just insanity. And you know, a lot of times it's like I'm the only person even crying out for this stuff. People are loosely aware of it, but they don't actually do anything, man. They don't actually do anything. And this is where I'm getting to the crux of what I'm talking about. I did end up trying to text a support person just to see like what would happen, and that didn't go anywhere. And basically they just explained to me something like, it's all taken care of in the system. They can't manually re-enable it because it's all handled on the system. So there's some abstract, big, vague system that chooses and decides things. And if you ask a support person to fix it, they are subject to the system. Now, please, I shouldn't have to explain why, but there are some very deep issues there. And I've talked about this before. A lot of companies are starting to use these AI systems, or systems where it just calculates things and just bam, you're not allowed to do pay in full. In my case, it just looked at me, made some rush haphazard decisions, and then just decided I was a risky customer. Is that the truth? Not even close. Not even close to the truth at all. But they got away with it, and they did it. So this is the problem. They're jumping the gun with these systems. I know we talk about it a lot on here. You would think, oh, well, you know, why do you even have a problem with this stuff? I thought you were all for, like, all these systems and things. And I am, but this is not, no, not yet. They're not ready yet. Okay, so for now, companies, you need to be held accountable. You still need to staff physical humans and make it so that if there is an issue like this, somebody can be called and the situation can be resolved. That's what you need to do. You're jumping the gun. These systems are not ready yet. Every single company I've talked to that has an AI support bot, it's always terrible. It's just always horrible. And I know for certain that is not where it needs to be. Like, you could have an AI support at a company that works well. It's possible at some point in the future, but right now, these companies need to do a full 180. Get real people back running support. You can trial and error the AI, but you need to be, you know, that your toes need to be held to the fire. You need to be given a consequence for rushing these systems. These systems aren't ready. These systems are not ready. And if they were ready, I think someday it could be a really cool thing. Now there's, you know, the whole issue of real human lives, jobs suffering from it, but it could be a really cool thing. It really could be that next step in civilization. But for the time being, we are not there, and so somebody needs to be held accountable. Somebody needs to be punished. These companies with deep pockets, they should be the ones punished. They should be the ones that get punished, because it's not fair, it's not right, and we shouldn't have systems this cold, this callous, this confusing. Let me reiterate, you can't have systems that are so cold, callous, and confusing. It should not be allowed. It should be illegal. There should be a consequence. And the way things are now, there's just never any consequences for everything. So you have a lot of people doing bad stuff, wrong stuff, and these companies just keep getting away with it. They just keep getting away with it. Strip all these support AI bots out and wait until they're ready. Wait until AI is advanced enough. Wait until every single company I've ever dealt with their support AI bot, it is garbage. It's horrible. It doesn't work right. It's so much worse than, like, it's like they're using like a really old model or something, probably to try to save on, like, you know, needing to host it. Like they use some like really cheap, easy to run model running on some old computers they had in the back from a while ago, you know? So yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, this episode could have been a joyous episode. It could have been an episode talking about how grateful I was for PayPal and, you know, how nice the deal was, and it was a nice little holiday surprise before my year of austerity. It was a nice treat. And now look what happened. Now it's raging against the machine as usual. It's just a rage against the machine. Which a part of it, you know, I'm obviously aware, me as anybody, this is just the card I'm dealt. This is just the hand I'm dealt at this point. We know this. We know that God wants me to have this year of austerity, and we know that God is holding my toes to the fire, and he just didn't like what I was doing. And, you know, he decided to step in and just prevent it from happening. Limiting. As usual. This is par for the course. I shouldn't really be surprised. In a way, I shouldn't really act with rage. But I'm assuming that's a part of it too, because this episode is important. The things I'm talking about in this episode are very important. I am completely in favor of these systems, but they're not ready. And we're living it right now. Like, this isn't happening in the future. This is right now. These systems are not ready. They're not capable of supporting customers. And nobody's stepping in to fix it. And nobody cares, because like I said, if everybody was like me, these problems wouldn't exist. But people, I don't even think, deserve most of the things they have. They want things, but then, you know, if something happens and they don't get it, they just kind of, they might mourn for a bit, but then they just get over it. You know, they go on with life. They shrug things off. I mean, that's how a lot of people, they don't care. People don't care. They brush things aside. They, you know, and I'm not like that. You know, I really remember stuff. When I want something, it hits me deeply. I would appreciate those keyboards more than anybody would. And so that kind of a thing, it's like, wow. I just don't know. But I know I've been feeling a certain way about materialism and about, you know, just how kind of insane it is for me to even buy anything. You know, when you think about the vast majority of the world is not safe. It's not civil. Still now, it's terrible. Most people have relatively terrible conditions. It's only about 20% of the global population at most that is actually, living well. You could easily say it's just about 1/8 of humans even, are like truly living well. I mean, maybe it's a little over 1/8, but you get it might be like 1/7 or something of people actually on the planet live well. Obviously within America, it's not as bad. Like you can, it's not literally 1/8, but it's still pretty bad in America, But it's not 1/8. I mean, in America, it could be closer to like 1/3 or something, or maybe even like 40%. I'm not sure though. Developed countries obviously have like, but that's what I mean. Like because I'm frustrated with systemic downfalls, but at the same time, it's important to recognize how grateful I am that I'm at where I'm at, where it's like things are as civil as they are where I was born. Like I am in America. I'm in a decent area of America. I'm not like in like a bad, impoverished area of America. So at the same time, it's like, complaining about a 20% off thing, it doesn't matter. And yeah, I mean, the truth is I could still just buy this stuff. And I wonder if what if that's part of the message, I wonder if that is part of the message. Like, what if I'm just supposed to buy it anyway? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's tough to say. It's tough to say what the moral is. I mean, I could, and that's like something that not everybody can say. Not even everybody within America. Some people, that sale was truly life or death for them. But something just feels off about the whole situation, and I think what is the divine higher message is apparent. It's not, but that could be the message. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to think of what else. I saw Zootopia 2 yesterday, and I actually thought there was a decent amount of thought put into that movie. If anything, I think a little bit more than the first one, which I was pretty surprised because I thought it was going to be pretty bad. I thought it was going to be a relatively bad sequel. From the trailers, it seemed that way, but what they did with it was pretty good. But as I'm at the theater and I'm thinking about it, that's kind of what I'm thinking about. Like, okay, here we are, part of the minority of humans that even can consume media. Many people they like watch shows for entertainment, but the writers, they put these important messages in to try to show people the worst traits of humans and what we should do to fight against that. And then it just doesn't matter. Like, the people who watch it are just random Americans who just like watch it and then go about their business. They don't care. They don't learn anything from it. They're not really like listening to anything. They just like, I feel like everything is in fast forward for people, and then people's processing is like ultra low. People's ability to like process a movie, for example, it's very low. They just see a bunch of characters and they just kind of like it, and they can't even really talk about it. They just like put the movie on and play it, but there's there's like not really a strong conscious comprehension of what's even going on in the movie or like anything like that. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of crazy. It's just extremely like, you know, I don't know. It's not right. It's absolutely not right. But yeah, it was a pleasant surprise. It was a pleasant surprise. Wow, this light really snagged me. I mean, I probably could have went through it, but I also don't like how... Yeah, and there's like not even anybody coming the other ways. I can't believe this light snagged me. That was like... It was a pretty abrupt stop. Like, they really got the timing wrong. They really did me dirty with this light. I haven't needed to use the brakes like that in a while. Because I don't think I would have made it through. I think it was just that, like, terrible timing. And the worst part is, like, nobody's even coming the other way. So I probably could have ran it. But that one time, me barely running it, you know, a cop pulled me over. Which, like, I don't even think I did. Like, I literally think he just, like, did that because he probably didn't have anything better to do or something. I mean, he didn't, like, write any, like, I don't know, he was nice. Like, he just, oh, okay, I just wanted, you know. I guess he was wondering if I was just being, like, crazy. Yeah, I don't know. But it's stupid. I think I made it through that time. But it's eyeballing it, right? I don't think... Because the whole point is you have to, as long as you're... I'm getting stopped again. Oh my gosh. I'm already like... It's already so behind today, and I'm having to push the brakes again. Wow, this is just weird. Because I'm like, I'm not even considering that that's going to happen with these stupid lights. But yeah, like, it shouldn't be the case. It's just such a crazy situation that this keeps happening. It's just such a ridiculous situation. I mean, that cost me like so much. And you know, nobody cares when they think about these systems with lights. They don't care about how much extra wear and tear it puts on the car. They just shrug it off. Oh, that's life. Oh, you just have to deal with it. I mean, traffic lights are a terrible invention. We should have figured out how to do roads where you wouldn't need traffic lights. That would really be a better system, and I'm sure it's possible, but they just don't want to do it. Or they didn't want to, like, think about it, you know? But, yeah, I think we mentioned, again, it's like, well, I'm trying to push the system even further, but we're probably at the end of the rope with that. I don't know how much further things are going to go. It's just like very terrible. But what I wanted to say is I have really been having a lot of thoughts of, you know, gratitude for where I'm at. It's kind of guilty, a lot of the stuff that I do, because so many people don't have what I have. So it's like, I'm thinking globally. I'm not just thinking in America, but I don't know. I mean, I just have like so much. I have so much. And then there's even people that would look at what I have and think it's nothing. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people like that. There are people like you know, it's not that it's... They'd think like, I don't have enough, I have nothing, you know, like it's just this huge, annoying like situation. I just don't know. But anyways, we made it. We did make it to work. And yeah, I don't even know if I got to say everything I wanted to say, really, but oh my gosh, I turned my phone off and I forgot about that. Yeah, there's all kinds of limitations coming through. That's like the merit of things, is just limiting and all that stuff. It's craziness. Absolute craziness. All right. And we're later than we've been in a long time, but I don't know what I can do about that. It was just, I mean, the commute here was crazy. The lights were probably the worst light luck I've had in weeks. I can't think of a time. I mean, it's probably recorded, but I'm not really sure. Yep, and then my clock in is we just got missed by probably 4 seconds from getting a good one. So it's a minute later than it could have been. Yeah, wow, really, talk about a time in my life, you know. Talk about a time in my life. Yeah, and then I still have to figure out when I'm going to leave today. Still have to figure it out. But yeah, I think that it's almost time to wrap things up. I mean, I guess I should be grateful that I have the backup, but I actually forgot I have to do all this stuff. I have to put the... Yeah, it's not time for a bin schla or a buy schla. It's yeah, I just can't believe it. It's spiked. The battery life just spiked down by 10%. And then just stopped the recording, and then I tried starting the recording up again, and then it just stopped it again. So yeah, it's a shame. I don't know how or why I forgot, but I did. So it is what it is. I don't know what to do. What to do? I mean, yeah, getting here late is just sad. It's just sad. But I guess it's all part of, again, who I'm being shaped into being, or who I'm supposed to be. There's, lessons to be learned or whatever. Hard lessons, difficult lessons, the whole thing. But anyways, I do think that it's been schla, and now it's time to buy schla. So, see you schla.